Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast Scouting Edition. Today, we are doing linebackers, baby. Max, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. What about you?
Doing good. Sunday afternoon. Oh, almost. I'm snitching on us right now, bro.
Yeah, it's nice.
I know.
You want to redo it?
No, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, keep that in. Keep that in, bro. No fucking retakes, all right? We don't do retakes over here.
No,
at the
there
Max
is
and
literally
Juancast.
no editing involved in any of our videos.
No editing at all.
Let's go. Let's go. Edit that out.
If you guys are new to the channel, you guys stumble across us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, bro. Always doing draft content, mock drafts.
What do you mean stumbled? Weren't
Stumbling.
they looking for us?
They was
rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Stumbled across us. They're like, ooh, what's that right there? Stumbled across us. And if you guys are already OGs of the channel, you already know the deal. If you guys just subscribe, go ahead, unsubscribe, resubscribe, fuck with the algorithm, all that good stuff. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell your cousin.
Unsubscribe, resubscribe, right?
I already said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like you, because you're like the fucking king
in the
at
days. Like,
you're the fucking king at blacking out what I say, and you're like, "Oh, we're gonna do the measurables again."
So much other shit.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm just a pretty face. Yeah, I want to ask you a question, because being a linebacker in the NFL has shifted. It used to be, you better be able to tackle, take on a pulling guard, blow up a play in the backfield. It's not like that anymore. It's like, how fast this guy can he cover? Because I would say when I was a kid growing up, it was, we need guys who can stop the run. Now it's, can this linebacker cover? Because if he can't cover, he can't be on the field. So do you think you're more the old school, I can take on a pulling guard type linebacker if Juan was a linebacker, or you think you're more the modern age guy? I think you're a little bit slow, but you're going to be a great guy to have blow up a fullback, meet him in the hole.
You talking about me personally?
Personally, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be I'm Ray Lewis, bro. Small guy, but I pack a punch, bro.
I'm definitely more like, I'm the new age, bro. I need a big defensive line in front of me.
Yeah. You undersized.
But nobody going to throw over me in the middle, though. I'm like Urlacher.
You're Jabril Cox. That's who you are.
That's fuck. How you get to be Ray
tall.
Lewis?
Oh, you want to like the...
Let me get like Fred. Let me be Tremaine Edmonds. I'll take Tremaine Edmonds.
Isaiah Simmons.
I'm Simmons.
6'4". All right.
All right, we'll do it.
But no, in linebackers today, we all know new age. You got to be able to cover someone. And if you can't cover, you're not going to be on the field on third down.
Sorry,
that's a problem.
Sorry, Brandon Spikes.
Yeah, sorry. And, there's only a couple teams out there that don't value the pass coverage as much. One off the bat, I can think of the Patriots. They still like their guys to be somewhat balanced. If you can't stop the run, we don't want you here. Just some guys are just a no-go. Other people, they kind of got a balance of things, like Baltimore. I think they got a balance of some linebackers. They got a little bit of blend of, yeah, we got guys that can stop the run, or we got a guy in Patrick Queen who's just a fucking zone coverage type of dude. And
Patrick Queen's more like, I can kind of do a little bit of nothing.
I know. He's really fell off these last weeks.
I really liked him coming out. But okay, so is there a Patrick Queen? Well, he's not a blue chipper, I would say. I would say there's no Roquan Smith. There's no Devin White. I wouldn't even say there's a Devin.
There's no complete player in this draft class.
In your mind, whoever the best linebacker is, you're taking him where?
Teens.
I'd say 20s. Personally, that's just what I feel like. Yeah,
I would take one in like 16.
So
15 and on.
I agree with that. So what I would like to do is let's give our list, and we'll hit the superlatives, and then we'll rank the guys. So I'm gonna get my list first. I got Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, Chad Muma, Christian Harris, Quay Walker. 2 Georgia guys, a Bama guy, Wyoming guy, and a Utah guy. Was mine similar, or it's a little different?
A little different. Number 1 guy, Christian Harris.
Wow.
2, Devin Lloyd. 3, Channing
Tindall.
Yeah. 4, Nakobe Dean. 5, Chad Muma.
Wow. I'm surprised how low you have Nakobe Dean. I think I'm going to know why. Because I'll put it like this. I don't love him.
Yeah.
I like Christian Harris more, but something about, I just have more faith Dean's going to be better. It's not really like I hate Dean or hate Harris. I think it's honestly Devin Lloyd for me and everybody else. What about you? Is it like tiers to it, or?
There's 2 guys. I wouldn't even put them in there. There's one guy in here, and he's number 2 with Devin Lloyd. as I'll probably start off the superlatives with the high ceiling, is Devin Lloyd. He's the highest ceiling. For his size, the way that he moves,
Yeah,
it's rare.
I agree.
Yeah, it's super rare. And he has a lot of growing to do. He's a raw product. He's raw. But as far as ceiling goes, and in this linebacking class, there's a lot of great things that, or I wouldn't even say great. There's a lot of good things that these guys do, but none of them really do anything great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my
I wouldn't
God.
even say there's a level of athlete like an Isaiah Simmons or Devin White, or even maybe
they're out there, but lower in the total.
They're like super developmental. Like no one is polished or as athletic. So for me, I'm going to a superlative again. Play speed, I go Christian Harris. That dude's fast.
Same.
Rangy.
100%.
Who's the best in coverage for you?
Chad Muma. And I have him in zone. But for man, I have Nakobe Dean.
I liked Devin Lloyd in coverage for zone, and man, I had Nakobe Dean too. And then what about best against the run?
Christian Harris.
I got Channing Tindall. I really liked him against the run. And who's the most pro-ready guy?
Christian Harris. Off bat. Alabama guy. I love him. That's why he's won.
I like Christian. I like Nakobe Dean a little bit more. Yeah.
Really? For pro ready?
Yeah. I think he's going to be the best pro. He's not. I know this is going to sound counterintuitive. He's not as polished as Christian Harris, but I just think he'll be a better pro right away than Christian Harris. So what I would say is Christian Harris might have the more schooling, might be a little bit more well-versed, but I don't think he'll be as good a pro right away as Nakobe Dean. So just because the man coverage skills, to me, that's what makes him so like special. Tantalizing. Yeah.
My high ceiling was Devin Lloyd, as I said earlier. Who's yours?
Same.
Devin Lloyd.
Okay. Yeah, you criticized me for earlier in the pod. Look what you're fucking doing. Whatever. Baker.
Oh, he want to bring up the what video was that?
That was the Edges.
Thank God. Hopefully they see it.
It's still stuck. It's stuck.
Let's get it going then. Who you want to? I want to start off with Devin Lloyd. I think he's the most interesting one. I think it's fair enough to start off with him.
So you love the frame like I do. He's 6'3", he's 240 pounds. He's not a blazing speed type of guy. He's 4.66, but I thought he played faster than that. And
there's moments where it's like, oh shit,
this fool's coming.
Shit. Yeah,
like, oh, I'm gonna get away. No, you're not, dude. He long strides. No questions about the frame. When he recognizes a play, he's like, I'm gonna go fuck that play up. I'm not gonna hesitate. And yeah, sometimes he'll be a little over aggressive. That's just par for the course with linebackers. I like when he blitzed one, he got really skinny and he's like, oh, you can't really get me. I don't think he's the type of guy who's gonna bowl over guards and just say, I'm lined up over here, I'm gonna push you back. I loved him in zone coverage. That's why I gave him the best zone coverage. I think he moves really well in space. There's certainly, like we've talked about, he's not a blue chip linebacker prospect. He definitely has some improvements to do.
Yeah. Couple of interesting things that I found out about him. In high school, he played wide receiver, safety and punter.
I like the guy from punter. Is there anyone who just like a specialist linebacker now? So it's all field receivers and running backs.
You know what? They're coming even faster now because Christian Harris was a corner in high school.
But he's not blazing fast.
Yeah, I know, but there's some corners that are just as fast as linebackers now. Because the evolution, the evolution of the position.
I'm just saying Devin Lloyd specifically, but he covers ground. I don't think you have to. I don't think his speed's what I wouldn't say it's a red flag, is it?
No, not at all. Oh. And some of the cons that I have for Devin, not the best in zone coverage.
You didn't like him in zone?
I didn't really. I think he has some work. His hips bother me.
They didn't bother me at all.
That was just me. I think the right coaching and the right scheme, they can put him in the right position. He can be something very special.
What bothered me about him was his physicality when it came to taking on blockers and shit. I was like, this isn't. But again, I just think it's such a different game now where this isn't like prioritized. But then you'll play a team like the Patriots and it's like, oh, you don't like to be physical? Oh, we're going to make you be physical. And then you're like, oh, shit, this guy is getting exposed by the Patriots. Yeah. He'll miss some tackles, which, linebackers, you have to tackle well. That's big thing. But I attribute that to technique. And when you get to an NFL team with the coaches, they're going to fix that shit. So I really like Devin Lloyd. Like I said, for me, I don't really have any questions about the zone. I think he's good in it. I like when he blitzes. I think just right play. Like if he gets into a team in the 20s that like takes their time with him, he'll be really special.
So the whole point of why he's not one for you is because
no, he's one.
Oh, he's one.
Yeah, he's one for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
For you, though, I was that saying.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's the zone thing. I know we disagree on that,
Yeah.
but I'm picky with that shit. You know, it's a reason why I love Monty Rice coming out in Georgia last year.
How'd that work?
Yeah. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. It's all good. I love the pedigree, though, that Devin Lloyd has. And that's why I have him at 2. But at 1, Christian Harris, I mean, I just think right now, as we speak, he's the most pro-ready guy.
You don't think he's a little on the small side? He's only 6 feet, 225. And like we said, 4.4 speed. That's special at linebacker. So I personally, I'll just tag my cons because I believe he was my 3rd guy. He was my 4th guy. Sorry, he's my 4th guy. I just didn't like his physicality again. When it came to tackling, I don't like his play strength. There were times where he would blitz, and I'm like, damn, it's not really that bad at all. Like he would blow up guards sometimes, which I really liked. For me, it was you're really good at a lot. You weren't special or elite at anything, and that's what I was kind of like.
Kind of like all these guys.
I think Devin Lloyd can get elite though at something. He can be elite in coverage. I don't think Christian Harris is. I think like this is what he's going to be.
No.
And he's kind of like the antithesis to some Alabama linebackers where, most Alabama linebackers, you're like, that motherfucker's a heat-seeking missile. I don't think he's as physical as other linebackers but he is rangy. There's no doubt about that when it comes to Christian Harris.
Who was your pro comparison for Devin Lloyd really quick?
Jamie Collins.
Jamie Collins?
Yeah.
I had Lawrence Timmons, just FYI.
That makes sense. Because I didn't want to put someone who's super fast because he's not.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of guys who are big and can move. So what about...
It's funny because my pro comparison for Christian Harris now, Patrick Quay. I can see a guy who's, he has all the athletic ability, but he just doesn't get the football part of it.
My player comp was someone who's close to home.
Who's that?
Michael Kendricks. I put slim Michael Kendricks.
Yeah, and it's just somebody who doesn't really get it yet. And it's going to take a team to have some real patience to really work with him. Like right now, I don't think Baltimore makes that same mistake and pick a guy like Christian Harris. Because it's kind of like drafting.
Well, I don't
Patrick
know.
Quinn.
They might if he's from Alabama.
They might. You're right.
But I know you said he's pro ready. So what about him screams pro ready?
I just think he could be 3 downs in the right system. 3 down linebacker.
I like his zone, but I don't think it's that much better than Lloyd's or that much worse than Lloyd's. I think it's just solid. Like I said, he's really solid across the board.
To me, part of it too is the most safest pick.
He's safe, yeah.
I think he's just safe.
But as
bad as Patrick Queen is, he's still playable on the field. He's just overdrafted.
For safe though, what is safe pick for him? Like, where are you picking Christian Harris? I would say he's a 2nd round or 3rd round pick.
I would say he's a low 1st round pick.
Yes, that's just where we
20s.
I mean, I think Lloyd's 20s, and he's my number one guy.
I get you with Lloyd. I get you with Lloyd. I really do. Like, I don't like diss you just because you have him. Like, oh my god, like it's not even close. I think it's super close, and I get what you see. Just for me, the safer pick is Harris, because all these guys are raw, and out of all the raw guys who I see that can have potential, just right now, day one, come into the league and play all 3 downs, it's Harris.
So I'm just trying to. So my number 2 guy was Nakobe Dean from Georgia, and I'm not gonna lie. There's some things with him that bothered me. He's 5'11", he's 225. So right offhand, he's a little short guy, short linebacker. Short. He's not short by any means.
Stocky.
He's stocky. He's fast. He's rangy, which I liked. But when I watched him and from what I was led to believe about him, and I'm not a big college football guy. I don't believe you are either. But everyone we heard that talked about him, it was this guy's Roquan fucking Smith. He's not even in the ballpark. What I liked about Dean was I liked the leadership. Like in the national championship game, I told you right before we went on air, I'm like, there's this play where he gets in Tindall's ass about like, hey, you ran into me. They almost got a touchdown. And like he's in there, like not in a disrespectful way, but it's just like, hey, bro, like you fucked up, like make up for it. And then the next play, Tindall gets a sack, and first guy there is him, and he's just like dapping him up. And he's good in coverage. He has some good balance. Like if he gets hit, he'll like by a guard, like he'll stay on his feet. And that's what I liked about him, man. But I don't love him. Like I don't love anyone else other than really. I don't even love Devin Lloyd. I would say I really like him, but like for me, like I said, it's one, and then it's everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, he's a speeding missile, bro. You can't miss him when you're watching Georgia. You watch Georgia. I started off watching the safeties first, and he popped out right away. I said, God damn, who the fuck is this 17 dude? He's just making plays everywhere. And I was like, oh shit, that's Nakobe Dean. And he's relentless and disruptor as a blitzer. Rare guy in man-to-man. Like
he locks down running backs, which is what I liked about him a lot. I should have let off with that, but
so much value in that.
And especially that's what I said. We're pro ready. I think it's going to be him because one, he's a leader. Two, is if you can cover running backs as a linebacker, you'll find the fucking place in the NFL. Don't you worry. One thing though, what's different about it when Harris, he's like bowling over guards sometimes. He's like, I'm going to get right on there. Like, I need like a 5-yard head start. I'll blow him back. Or it's like, I'm going to just kind of get skinny on them and just kind of wiggle around them.
That's where the problems start for me.
Physicality.
He's not a first and second down player. To me, if you come into the league and like, here's the thing. People getting mixed up with Georgia, especially with the linebackers. You have to judge them a little bit different. They had two of the best defensive tackles on their defensive line.
And the top edge
rusher. A lot of that fucking work is from the defensive line. Those guys are running free.
Well, it's like what I said about Trey Walker. It was just about they don't just go. They're like, we're going to hold it up. We're going to look. Oh, the running back's coming this way. Let's get off. It's not like, okay, we blew past them and now our linebackers are exposed. They protect their linebackers. Yeah. And that's what makes Nakobe Dean look special. So if you get to a place, like if Nakobe Dean's on that Niner team from like back in the day, like 2011s, like with Justin Smith and Alden Smith and with Patrick Wilson, he'll look amazing. Yeah. But if you're on a team where it's kind of like, oh shit, here comes a guard, and there's plays you can pull up of him where a guard bucks him off the line 10 yards. And I was like, whoa, that should not happen, dude.
Alabama straight up exposed them at times, especially in the SEC championship.
Yeah, and like
they isolated him and they fucking ran his little ass over.
The only reason I kind of like understand a little, I give him a little bit of a pass because Georgia in general got their ass whooped. So maybe it was just a bad performance. He kind of got a little bit better when they played in the national championship game. But yeah, like that's a red flag. I have that as my number one red flag. It's, can you be physical enough to take it? Like, what if George Kittle's going to block your ass? He's going to go down to the ground.
Any type of zone running scheme. They played the Niners. He's not going to be on the field.
Yeah, that's my big red flag.
Yeah,
but I think with some NFL weights and get a little bigger. And I'll say one more thing. He didn't run the 40. Kind of surprised me. It's like, you're that little small. You should fucking burn it.
And this is the thing. Sometimes, we're always talking about the measurables not meaning much. This guy has very short arms.
They get to his body, it's over for him.
Yeah, and it shows on film. Yeah. There's guys who have short arms, but the film doesn't justify it. They're like, oh no, but he's strong as a fucking ox. He doesn't let guys get to his chest. This guy's different. The tape shows it. The arm length is a problem.
Do you have a pro comparison for him? I got Devin Bush.
I got Quan Alexander.
He's like a little bite-sized version of him. Yeah. It's just, if he was 6'1" with a little bit longer arms, I would have really liked him more.
Like I said, though,
and I'm talking bad about him. Like, I don't like him. I do like him. He's my number 2 linebacker. So clearly I don't hate the fucking kid. I think he'll be good. But like you said, there's some red flags. It's like, he's not Roquan Smith, everybody. He's not the best linebacker in this draft. He's a late first, early second round guy at best for me. That's where I got him.
And it's a reason why I have his teammate a little bit better than him. It's pretty close, but I would rather have Channing rather than Nakobe. And you like Quay Walker, right?
Yeah. So
I'm getting fucking tongue twisted with all these Georgia guys.
We have 3 Georgia guys.
So let's knock them all out.
Like, let's do the Georgia guys as a group, you're saying. So,
yes.
Okay, let's go to Tindall, right? Or Tindall. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I really like this kid too, man. It's like we said, with Georgia guys, every freaking Georgia guy I had other than one, was Georgia. So
yeah,
he's 6'2", 230 pounds, 4'7", 42-inch vert. What does that mean to you, Juan? It means fucking explosive. Like, damn, that guy can get moving. He's fast. He's quick. He looks like a freaking brick shithouse. He's a tackler, man. He's the best against the run for me. And he's got a relentless motor, which I loved about him, dude. The only thing you could say that's bad about him is maybe the coverage, because sometimes he comes off the field when the coverage situations, and there's a reason Georgia does that.
I don't think so, though. I think he has some of the best chances out of a lot of these guys to be a 3-down player. That's just my assessment. But he has a very good balance in his game. Like, he can stop the run pretty good. He has a little bit of zone to him. He can cover man to man. Like, he's just really good at almost everything. But then again, how much of that do you process of the line? It's very hard. It really is. At the end of the day, I just like him a little bit better because of his size and a little bit of his versatility. Seeing him play a little bit of will. Nakobe Dean, he's coming in. It's like, is he really going to play Mike linebacker?
I think weak side, if anything.
Exactly. So, it's hard with all these guys, but once you tell them about Quay Walker, the last linebacker from Georgia, who you have on your list, because we just swap. It was just like there's no wrong answer with them.
No,
they all fucking fly.
I guess you could have you could have made a Georgia only list.
Right.
So Quay Walker, he's the biggest of the bunch. He's 6'4", 240 pounds, 4'5'2". And again, this kind of comes back to Dean, and we're bashing him a little bit, and he's my second linebacker. Why didn't you run the 40 if you're so fast and you're so little? When I think what ended up being is this: either one, he's got so many good grades that he doesn't have to work, or you're slower than the other two guys. And Quay Walker, he can move. He's got the big size, 6'4", 240, which I like. He's athletic. When he sees a play one, he goes. He's like, I'm going to go chase him. I got him. I'm going to get him. Good tackler, good coverage. The only things I didn't like about him really is one, Georgia. Sometimes he just takes really shitty angles, which I didn't like. And he kind of looks like a robot when he moves. Like, he's not the most fluid guy. And then that's kind of what limits him in coverage. I think he could develop into that 3-down player because he's got the size, he's got the shit. But if anything, he'll be a good player just against the run in the football.
It's funny, man. You took the words right out of my mouth. All the cons I had, literally, you just said them. And he's 6'4", like you said, doesn't play at 6'4" at all, not one bit. He was a great block shedder. That's what I seen. I thought he can disengage really well, but just some. It seems like one of these guys where he can have some speed, but doesn't wind up working in the NFL. Like
a Jabril Cox, kind of. I know it's early.
I think Jabril's kind of early, but maybe like
the Ohio State guys, like a Darren Lee,
maybe.
But the only difference is these guys look like way better built than those guys. Like, they look like muscled up versions of Darren Lee and freaking.
What's that linebacker's name? Quincy Wilson, I think. Can't remember his name.
Quincy.
I can't remember that linebacker's name, but I do have a ceiling for this guy, Quay Walker.
Who is it?
If it does work out, Sean Lee.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. For his ceiling, like if he's the real deal, because out of these three, I guarantee all three of these guys are not going to be busts. There's gonna be one that's really good.
If they're bust, the Georgia D-line is gonna be all Hall of Famers or something ridiculous. Right. Dude, it's really a pick 'em with these guys, like you said. I think Dean's better than both these guys personally. That's just me. But Walker and Tindall, I feel like it's like flip a coin, whichever one you kind of prefer. If you want a little bit bigger, go with him. If you want a little bit more range, go with the Tindall. Yeah. I think the only linebacker we both haven't touched on is Chad Muma, who is my number 3 guy. But I think it was smart to focus on the Georgia guys.
Yeah. Go ahead and start it off. Tell me a little bit about Chad Muma.
So I kind of got some little hints about him, which not hints, but like little nuggets about him. Because my cousin, he goes to Wyoming. He plays on the football team. He's a fullback. Shut up. What up, Dalton? Shout out to you, bro. I was asking him, like, dude, I'm looking at this like prospect list I put together, and this fucking guy Chad Muma got a 40-inch vert, and he goes, dude, I blocked him every day in practice. It fucking sucked. He's a dog. He's strong as an ox, he said. He's not typical white boy. He's athletic.
And the film shows it.
Oh, my God. Dude, I really liked what I saw from him on the film. He's explosive. He's a very good in zone coverage. Really fucking good. And he tackles like a fucking champion.
And here's the difference, Max. Another guy with small arms like Nakobe Dean, but he shows it on tape that it doesn't matter. He's so strong that if they do try to get in his chest, his arms and his hands are so strong and great with technique, he's going to shed him. It doesn't affect him like it does like Nakobe Dean. There's a big difference.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my player comparison right now just to get it out the way. So I went with Leighton Vander Esch. I like that they're both big, similar weight, similar 40s. Both those guys aren't the fastest, right? They're not, but they have plenty like of speed to make the plays they need to. I didn't love him in man-to-man coverage one, but I primarily saw him in zone. What about you?
Logan Wilson.
Yeah. What about him in man? Did you like him or you didn't see much?
I didn't see much, but zone, I really like him.
He's
my best zone guy.
And sometimes I feel like kind of like Vander Esch when the O-lineman's barreling down on him. And I feel like a broken record because you say that about all these guys, it's like, oh shit, get out the way, dude. And I think that's if he can just get a little bit better against the run, he's going to be a 3-down linebacker in football.
No, I love.
I feel bad because he's going to kind of probably get forgotten about because the Georgia guys have so much hype. He's white. The white guys get a bad rep. Small school, Wyoming. But dude, he's a dog. I'd pick him late first, early second. I really like the kid.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Dude.
This was for me. The linebackers was kind of like the most underwhelming of the groups on defense. Yeah. That not to say there's not talent, but just the corners were deep, safeties were deep. The linebackers, there wasn't even a guy like, so if you could go with Stingley, he's like, damn, he could be all pro. Yeah. If there's no all pro linebacker,
it's really just Devin Lloyd.
But I'm saying if he's not all pro, I'm not like, damn, I can't.
And that's the thing though, Devin Lloyd, he could be a bust. Like
exactly. Bust. That's what I'm saying. There's no one here who I'm like, they're gonna really work out.
Yeah. Any other guys you want to mention?
We talk about Damon Clark from LSU, but I mean, he's going to have spinal fusion surgery, which is not a good surgery to have in football. He's kind of just big, athletic. Just though he's a really good blitzer, which I liked. He had good play strength, but I didn't like him in zone. He misses a lot of time. I put like a Zach Cunningham type of guy.
You want to hear this one?
Yeah,
going classic. Thomas Howard, former Raider. Remember Thomas Howard? R.I.P.
Why do you always go to Raiders?
Hey, man, his measurables were similar. I seen Thomas Howard, and their film kind of matches up. That's how Thomas Howard used to play.
I think if you get him in the late rounds, because, I mean, obviously with the spinal fusion stuff, you're going to go a lot later. Right. Yeah. I honestly, there's no one else. There's really no one else.
That's it.
Like, the dude from Baylor was okay, Bernard, but I wouldn't pick him over any of these guys. Like, he's last.
Yeah, there's a lot of safeties that can be playing line. Like
correct.
Briscoe.
Yeah.
He can be considered as a linebacker at times.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah.
Who are the linebackers last year?
Micah Parsons. No one's better than him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then we had a Jabril Cox. That was unprofessional. Sorry, I kicked the thing.
Yeah.
But there was like a Jabril Cox. There was someone other than him, but I just can't remember right now. It just the last 2 years not been like there's no Roquans, there's no Devin Whites, there's no Devin Bushes.
Yeah.
Even Isaiah Simmons coming out was like, whoa, here he is. Like, and I think like linebackers kind of becoming the running back of the defense in a sense.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, dude. I'm excited for Devin Lloyd the most.
How many linebackers go in the first round?
3.
1.
I think Chad Muma goes. No, I take that back. He's not probably going to go. It's going to be 2 Georgia guys and Devin Lloyd.
Maybe. Dang, you're maybe 2. I'll go 2.
2 Georgia guys are going to go.
Yeah, they might. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how many Georgia guys go in the first.
When we go in the next video, because we're doing our last defensive group. In that video, I want to know how many Georgia guys you think is going to go. But you guys will have to wait and see because that's going to do it for linebackers today, man. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're always posting these scouting reports. We hope you guys have been loving them. We love doing them. All right. Come over here to the Max&JuanCast for all your draft needs, NBA, NFL, all that good stuff. And if you guys are already subscribed, go ahead, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Mess with the algorithm. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell your pet, tell your fish. Make sure your fish don't drown out there. Inside joke. Anyway, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We are out. Peace.